Good evening. Merry Christmas. It is good to be with you all here tonight on this most holy night. It is always a delight for me on Christmas Eve to see the church filled with family visiting from out of town, visitors, guests, kids home from college. Christ is born, Emmanuel, God with us. And this is why it is so good to see each of you. Whether you come to this church every Sunday or you are visiting from out of town or you have come because you have made church part of your annual Christmas observance, each of you has made a journey from the comfort of your homes and all that the busyness of Christmas Day places upon us with all the stuff there is still to do in order to be here, to hear the story of a baby born lying in a manger, a story which holds out hope. Christmas is a magical time. We put cookies out for Santa, and if we're thoughtful, maybe a carrot or two for the reindeer. Colorful paper, I couldn't say that earlier either, conceals gifts. I love Christmas with the decorations and the wacky traditions and the hilarious movies and breakable ornaments and all the food and even the ugly Christmas sweaters. I love it all. And they're the same old movies, the same old decorations taken down from the attic, the same old Christmas songs. Even new groups like Pentatonics are singing old Christmas carols because it's just not Christmas without them. Now, growing up in our house, we had many Christmas traditions and many old decorations, kind of like our very own Hallmark Channel Christmas movie. And one year, I think I was in high school, or I might have even been in college, my mother gave away the cardboard angel that had topped our tree since I could remember. And when I came home and found out that it was gone, I nearly died. I pitched such a fit that she eventually had to go back and ask for the angel back. This year, earlier this week, my wife suggested that she may not bake her a ham on Christmas Day, and you would have thought the Grinch swept in and stole Christmas all away in that moment. You just never know what makes Christmas Christmas to a person. An old worn-out ornament, a baked ham, or a fruit cake that any other time of the year no one would dare to eat. All of these things help us to live into the celebration of Christmas. All of these signs and symbols and traditions bring us to the annual remembrance and retelling and celebration of Emmanuel, God with us. And those of you here coming out into the night to hear the organ, to sing the carols, and to see the candlelight, and most importantly, to hear the story again of our salvation. No matter how old we get or how cynical, something deep inside yearns for the enchantment and the magic of Christmas. While Augustus was emperor in Rome, while Quirinius was governor in Syria, and while the rest of the world crowded into freeways and stores and airport security lines, shepherds were keeping watch over their flock in darkness of night. They were dwelling in darkness when suddenly light came breaking in from some other realm. The angel proclaimed, "I am bringing you good news of great joy for all people. To you this day is born in the city of David a Savior, who is the Messiah, the Lord." The Christmas that we celebrate tonight, the birth of this child announced by the angel Gabriel, is not a celebration of a newborn ruler. It is not the celebration of yet another sage or enlightened human being. It is not the celebration of a mother and her newborn baby. It is a celebration of God's entrance into the world and the birth of the very Son of God Himself. Jesus is not like us, because if He were, He'd have no more power to change the world than any of the great leaders and sages that have come before. No, God saves us from out of some other realm. And of His kingdom there will be no end. Everything we do tonight hinges on the very truth that God in Jesus has seen fit to dwell with us. Perhaps for some of you tonight, this enchanted evening finds you in grief, or you worry about the economy and your job. A loved one is sick, or maybe you are sick. We have been at war for more than a decade and a half, and a new war is looming with North Korea. The magic of Christmas does not mean that everything is just fine, because everything is not just fine. The magic, the fairy tale, the enchantment of this night is not some fancy story that distracts us from the harsh realities of the world we live in. Rather, it is a fairy tale dream that's like lighting a candle in a dark room. With it, we can see the mess more clearly. This baby, wrapped in strips of cloth and laid in a feeding trough, by Good Friday will be wrapped in linen and laid in a tomb. Yet this is the message, this is the magic of the Christian message. Light and life are coming into the world, and the darkness of even the grave cannot overcome it. God, beyond nature and beyond time, has come into nature and descended into the darkest depths of His universe. And when He rose again from the tomb, He broke the tyranny of death and filled the creation with unbearable light. Whenever we see a smiling baby Jesus lying in a manger, this is where it is pointing us to Easter, to God's promise that no matter how dark and difficult it may get, darkness will not have the final word. Brothers and sisters, I declare to you that the baby born this night is none other than the unique Son of God. And in Him, the God that we proclaim tonight is not one who is disconnected from and disinterested in human suffering, but rather one who, through the cross, is intimately acquainted with it. Each time you pull out those old ornaments out of storage, or bake your grandmother's pie, or put on an ugly Christmas sweater, you keep the hope of God with us alive in your hearts and in our aching world. For behold, I bring you good news, great tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is the Christ, the Lord, who loves us and will stop at nothing to draw us into Himself. Amen.